Hello, viewers. Today we are talking about our problematic faves and why we love them.
The fun game show of exposing your kinks through apologizing for problematic behavior.
Hey,
I don't want to go first. I'm nervous.
go first if you want.
All right.
No, this started because we were trying to come up with video ideas, and I'm like, I have a Grimjow presentation. I want to present the Grimjow presentation.
I don't even remember if that's how that started.
Like
I'll take your word for it. Okay.
Something like that. Anyway, this is Ash's problematic fave. Grimjow, my love. Look at him. He's beautiful. You can kiss. So, Miss Grimjow.
Why is there a redacted hole in his stomach?
We will get there. This is Grimjow Daggerjax, also known as Espada Numero 6, Panthera, the one man my ace ass is allowed to simp over. Plus me. He is an antagonist from the hit 2005 manga series Bleach. That is a story for another day. Bleach presentation coming soon.
I really like the hit in quotation marks.
Who is Grimjow? So, Grimjow is this thing called a Hollow, which is like the main evil people in the Bleach series. They're all like, essentially they're just like evil ghosts. That's the basic of them. This bitch right here is like a very basic one, and then this one right here is like a higher level, and then there's Grimjow. Grimjow is specifically a thing called an Orankar, which is like the highest level of Hollow you can be. They're all humanoid bitches. He is the big boy of the Hollow group. He's an Espada, which is just the fancy term of saying he is the top 10 of the big bitches. So out of all the Orankar, there's like hundreds of them, he is the top 10. Fun fact! He is Espada Numero 6, which is he's the 6th ranked one. And that used to be my Instagram handle. People keep DMing me still for it, and I'm like, no, it's mine. Fuck you. Don't. It's mine. So Hollows don't have hearts. That's their whole thing is how they kind of turn evil is like their hearts get kind of ripped from them. So that's why they have these holes in them. And like there's this whole like debate in the fandom of like what the hearts actually represent, because they represent like their feelings and shit that when they were alive. But for some reason they're all in different places. So like there's a guy that has a hole in his heart, but for some reason Grimjow's is where his pee-pee's at. Explain that to me. Explain that to me, Taite Kubo, creator of Bleach. Yes?
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you aware of male anatomy? Because that is not where a dick goes.
Shut up. Shush.
That's a stomach. You don't put a penis up that high. If so, you're ramming a belly button.
Shut up. Shut up. I like saying he doesn't have a pee-pee. Anyway. Why y'all should stand
those eyes.
I like the bottom one. That one's really
cute. Oh yeah, he goody baby. Look at his little pop figure.
That's actually really cute.
He's hot. Look at him. He's got like that cool ass blue hair. He's got like a jawbone on his face and like fucking under eye mascara. He pretty. He hot. I like him. He's kissy. Reason 2, he's feral. Look at him. All he does is smile, and he's always covered in blood, and he always tries to kill people. I love him. In this image, the first image specifically, I cropped it, or I couldn't find the actual original image, but it's him flipping off the fucking viewer, and it's great.
Oh, I was gonna say, isn't that the one that got censored?
Yep. I have the volume that he's in. English translation, they like put his finger down. So he's just holding up a fist. I'm like, what the fuck? Reason 3.
We're getting into the paragraphs.
Grimjow is a very complex character with demons, motivations, and self-drive that got him to his time in the story arc. He's very strong-willed as you have to be being a hollow trying to survive. Hollow. I do not get eaten trying to eat others at the same time. He's a very smart, cunning individual, but it's very obvious when he displays motives. He speaks slightly back fun fact in Japanese stuff. He only speaks in honorific, so it's only when he's around drop honorific when he's talking to others. And insinuating the bad boy attitude. I don't give a fuck attitude. Grimjow also is a natural leader and refers himself as the king, but the king is also noticed. When in actuality, he's like 7th in line, but we all have aspirations, buddy. He before becoming a full Orankar, which is what they call the uniform Hollows, was the leader of a ragtag group, the Lower Hollows, who, when they became Orankars as well, chose to continue following like a good fan family trope. He then later sort of leads them to their deaths, but they gonna go with him, so it's like, and he planned to go with them originally, but then this bitch ass named Tozen came along and cut off his arm, and then got demoted, which is a bitch move anyway. So, in conclusion, he has struggled, and has gone through many hardships in life.
You need something to drink?
Reason 4! Bean toast!
Cat boy!
So, like, All the Arrancar have like their resurrection form, which is the form they go back to when like powering up and shit, and it's just like their original hollow form before they became humanoids. His was a cat. He was that's why he's called Panthera. His was a cat. So he has little bean toes when he's in his resurrection form. He has little bean toes. Anyway, Reason 5, his voice, in the sub, he's voiced by Junichi Sawabe, who is Sukana from Jujutsu Kaisen, Aizawa, and Abakio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. In the dub, he's voiced by David Vincent, who is Robin from Fire Emblem, Arthur Augustine Angel from Blue Exorcist, and Gilgamesh from the Fate series.
Gilgamesh.
I can't.
Let's
I had to read
go.
Gilgamesh sophomore
great.
year, the real Gilgamesh. So every time you guys say that shit, I lose it.
仕方ねえ。じゃあ俺が二人まとめてやるしかねえな。よろしくな死神。アランカル・セスタル。グリムジョーだ。俺の名を忘れんじゃねえぞ。そして。
Here are the figures I'm not allowed to buy because they're $1,000. But they're pretty. I think they're neat. I really want this one because it came out like 2 months ago and I was like, I need this, but no, it's like $700. I can't afford it. Shelza for once is being smart with money. Here's the other ones. Here. Look, he's a little fucking kitty. He's a little fucking kitty. So there's a phone game. There's a phone game for Bleach where you play through the entire plot of Bleach. And here are just my favorite outfits of him. The first one is a manga Grimjow that hasn't been animated yet, and I'm still fucking salty about that. Anyway, I just think he looks neat. And then Halloween Grimjow, where he's in a little skeleton outfit, a little yeah. And then this version in the other corner, which is they have side stories in the game that are like, okay, but what if they lived in the Renaissance era and shit, and they all had funky outfits? This is like, what if everyone was just a fucking Japanese spirit? His was like, what if I'm just demon and have hands? And that's it. Have some good fan art.
Okay.
How'd you like it?
He's a funky boy.
I love him.
I love him.
Anyway, I guess it's my turn. Let's go. If it loads. Please. So my presentation on my problematic fave. So who is the fucking bitch, right? That's your question? Well, this, unfortunately. Look deep into him.
I really like the one of him playing Minecraft.
So, the Minecraft one is an actual, this is an actual clip from the show, but not the Minecraft part. He's actually playing solitaire in the show, but I couldn't find the solitaire version. I could only find him playing Minecraft. I'm so sorry you have to see this.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am! So who is this fucking purple bitch? His name is Professor Venomous from OKKO Let's Be Heroes, and he is a fucking bastard. There are spoilers for the middle and ending arcs of OKKO after this slide, I'm sorry. Yes, these are all canon images, except for the playing Minecraft one, I think. I didn't use any fan art. These are actual all screenshots and or title card art.
I'm gonna be real, I had no idea that this is from OKKO.
How?
What?
Sure.
What part? How? What part? You don't gotta save questions till the end. This is interactive. Anyway, basic bastardry. He is the main episode introduced in the episode We're Captured. He is shown to be horny as hell when it comes to being a villain, especially around the actual main antagonist, Lord Boxman. Look at them, about to commit crimes. They're married. Anyway, later he moves in with Boxman and co-runs/co-parents Boxmore, now Voxmore. He has an adopted henchman, Reed daughter, named Fink. Single dad, let's go! He is a snake-adjacent mutant. His likes, torturing bodega workers, gardening, pricey cars, dislikes, himself, paying child support, child endangerment.
My favorite little anecdote is just KO and just child endangerment.
There is more of that.
Not incorrect at all.
It is not correct. He throws him off of a 2-story ladder after that image. Anyway, yes, he has a tragic backstory. No one would be able to guess with my tastes, of course. Anyway, This man has so many tropes he can fit in him. This is all one fucking man. Look at him.
I really
never
like
seen
that
the
bottom
third image.
picture.
I've never-
No, not shadowy figure.
I've never seen the third one, and I hate it. Why does he look like a fucking combination of that one dude from Stardew Valley and fucking Raven?
We'll get to that. Anyway, he's a hero turned villain with a tragic backstory. He's a mad scientist, secretly the dad of the protagonist. Oh my god.
Thank you, Ty.
Darth Vader could never. Cool. He has a hot ex-wife. He has a Jekyll and Hyde dark side, and he gives up his power for his husband. Holy crap! Anyway. That's all I said.
I can't wait to text Samantha being like, hey, so Kai spoiled the entirety of OKKO for me.
Anyway, so Laser Blast, before his top surgery, he was a hero with point or point, but he had villainous tendencies. I mean, look at him. Look at that eyeliner. He started dating Spark, Saber Sparks, aka their collaboration project on the side there, because she stuck a finger up his nose by accident on her first day there, and he immediately went, okay, I'll date you. He lost his powers trying to get more powers, and then he faked his death because he's a little bitch. He left her preggers with their son. It's KO. Yes, that child. Look at him. Look at him. Anyway, he did not know that she was pregante. And then trying to get his powers back is how he lost his boobs and why he's purple now. That's the only explanation is science. Anyway, look at him showing off that PhD. Shadowy figure, PV's Homestuck cosplay. Anyway. 69th twist of this man's fucking character is that he is an alter ego. He apparently passed it on to his son. I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense if you think about it for more than 5 minutes, so don't. Fink knew about Shadowy figure because he threatened her and is generally, bad. And he threatened to kill Professor Venomous himself if she snitched. So she was like, I'll play Fortnite instead. Learning that he could have powers, he gives up control of his body to Shadowy figure full time at the very end of the show. Yes, he becomes the main villain because look at him. Look at that little face. Look at that face of a homewrecker. Anyway, he gets a divorce and Fink, I don't know, she was playing Minecraft on her Switch in the lab, just left her there. This is not a joke. Literally the last instance we see of Fink and him, she's sitting on the floor of Boxman and Venomous's office playing on her Nintendo Switch. That is not a joke. So why do I put up with his war crimes? I am a simple man. Purple man charming. And hot. That is all.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Whore.
No.
Whore.
Yes, I'm whore. He is a family man. After moving in with Boxman, he parents Boxman's robot children because they were both single dads, and now they are no longer single dads. He's got a whole episode just dealing with a fight between two of his children. You can see them right there. Look at them. Look at them glaring at each other. Look at them.
It's step-sibling fighting. Oh no.
The girls are fighting.
My favorite OKKO character, Robbie Damon.
We'll get there. Two dads. Anyway, he did try to connect with KO for a while. There's actually a couple episodes of KO spending the weekend at his dad's house. That's literally it. There might only be one. I might be lying. Anyway, point is, let's not talk about that because it didn't go well. All the villainy is so cute. Just healthy family dynamics. They're getting Taco Bell, but it's hot dogs. And also Fink has a little ponytail. And also, Raymond won't go to practice. The audio of the clip in the corner where he has the iPhone in Raymond's face is so fucking funny because the entire montage stops and it's this and it's just Boxman screaming on the phone, Raymond, go to freaking practice! And it zooms in on his little face and he just goes, no. And that's it. Anyway, yes, all the robot children are also my favorite characters. Thank you. He's charming. Oh yeah, complex characterization. Let's go. This isn't an analysis video, but he struggles with self-worth and power. It's good. He's a bad guy, but a good character. Let's go. He's so fucking goofy. He is so goofy. Because you see some pictures of him and you're like, oh, that's a slut. No, he's mostly just goofy. He's so goofy. That's the only way to describe it. He does not he simultaneously is the best father in the show and also the worst. He is such a fucking nerd. That's why it's funny. He's canonically bi. I'm bi. Also stupid. Do the math. Daddy-daughter combo. Yes, I too also have a small husband, therefore I relate. Anger issues, but like he got it fixed. It got fixed with a trike. Don't worry about it. He was so mad. He was so mad, and he was like, Boxman, I fucking hate you. Get out of my house. How dare you? And then the minute Boxman made a gift for his daughter, he was like, never mind, I will marry you. Thank you. That is canonically how they get married. Bye.
I love that.
He is stupidly well drawn. Look at him. I'm well aware they were allowed to make him horny and it shows. Yeah, fucking same, Boxy. And yes, also his voice. I'm very ashamed. He says daddy in the next fucking frame after this. He also is so pretty, even in death. What the fuck? The art style changed just for him.
I hate it.
Look at him. That is a real title card. These are all things that actually happen. That is the title card for the first episode he is in. They knew what they were doing.
And
Look
the
at
artist specifically said I was allowed to make him sexy. I wanted him to be a sexy villain.
Why?
Yes, exactly. They were allowed to make him horny and it shows.
They gave him
Look-
crow's feet. I just realized in the horny image they gave him crow's feet. I like
They
that.
do. He is a middle-aged dad. He is a DILF.
I love
No.
him so much.
Moving on.
Moving on. He gets a happy ending, kind of. Everyone agrees that it's a happy ending, but if we're being serious, he could have less happy ending. Shut up. Anyway, post-shadowy figure, he goes to live on another planet with his daughter to blow stuff up and not be shadowy figure anymore. But then he comes back to Earth because, I don't know, redemption arc in 20 seconds, go! Yeah, he got nerfed, but it's okay. His eyeliner was sick as hell in his nerfing scene. He spends time with his daughter first to mend their relationship, and then he goes back to his ex-husband. A win for the gays. The gays are me. It's so rushed, but the show got canceled, so I'll take what I can get. Canonically married. They have rings. Look at the rings. Look at the rings. Look at the rings.
I love them.
He also, the one on the right is him going to Fink's gaming competition because she competitively plays Fortnite. Fink ends up as a pro gamer in her epilogue about it. Look at that man. Imagine him hearing the word poggers. That's all.
Icon.
Heel over and down. I don't like not being able to see what's going on.
Is this the Hooters spot? Just like
I used in my other presentation.
this entire I love this.
All right, this is how you know it's gonna be good.
That's it. Tyler's the funniest of us all. We gotta all stop trying.
We're gonna go home.
I'm a very nervous little guy.
I need to play Genshin.
You do need to
Keep
play
seeing him.
Genshin.
I keep
Yeah.
seeing him. He's cute.
All right. Yeah, we got the boy of the hour. This man has 3 different names. All right.
Good
The
lord.
trans cis man you've ever seen.
He kind of looked like me though.
Lou, I'm gonna kick you in the head. I swear to God.
All right. So his real name is Ajax, and he has 2 other names. Okay, so his name in this group, which I'll get back to later, is Tartaglia, and then he has a code name that he goes by in the public. It's fucking Child.
A child.
Child, but with an E at the end. For what
Okay.
reason? I'll never know.
Alright.
So, first, let's get into why he's bad. He's a little bad.
Attempt mass murder. Fraud.
He's a little bad. Just a little.
Just an eensy beensy. So as you can see, the villain Wikipedia says that he attempted mass murder, which is true. He is the part of organized crime, and that group did commit a lot of fraud.
Same.
How much is a lot?
A lot.
Ah.
The fraud basically is that the group that he's in created the large amounts of these seals that was used to awaken ancient god. You know, one that's been sealed for thousands and thousands of years since the war. Now, this ancient god is basically the god of the ocean, and it's angry. It wants a little bit of revenge, so it, you know, tries to drown an entire city, which also happens to be the major trade harbor. He is in the military. This is all what the military does, by the way.
I can't believe a twink almost took down the entire economy of Genshin Impact.
Oh, and that's even funnier because the place that you fight him in is where all of the money is created.
I was right.
He also calls you comrade.
I love that.
He has a side story where he basically makes you babysit his little brother.
The worst of these crimes.
Yeah. This one isn't very serious. It's more so just because he doesn't know your name. But if you play as the female main character, he goes up to you and goes, "Hey, girly."
Oh no, it's him! It's him! I've heard of him!
Yeah, I
Sounds like
remember.
grandma.
I remember telling you that I was very upset because I chose the male main character and I was like, he doesn't call me girly. Hot villain things. Here's all those ancient seals that he's using to awaken that ancient god, and that's that ancient god right there. About to fuck shit up.
Hentai looking ass.
Tyler,
What?
I'm gonna point something out that you cannot unsee.
Okay.
He in the first GIF, he is doing the "Oh, you're approaching me" thing.
Well, the second GIF, those dragons look like dicks, so.
Yeah,
That's it.
they kind
The
of do.
JoJo's meme of Dio being, "Oh, you're approaching me."
So, why is he good? Because I said so. That's it.
Male
Alright.
wife.
Yeah, canonly a male wife.
Oh.
So he does have a tragic backstory. There is this place called the Abyss, and as the game goes forward, we're learning more and more about it. But basically, very evil place, very bad place. Lots of bad things go on there. When he was 14, he was like, you know what? I want to, you know, do stuff on my own. I want to be cool. And then he basically kind of, you know, trips and falls in there.
Fuck it. Throws your child into the abyss.
Yeah. After 3 months, this little 14-year-old comes out absolutely traumatized, full of anger and fear. Decides to just start fighting shit and killing stuff. And then his dad is like, you know what? I kind of don't want to deal with this. Into the military you go.
Fuck it. Traumatizes your twink.
Basically, there's different gods in all of the regions of the land, and one of them, and you know, they control the element. And this is a very basic explanation. There's so much lore behind them. Basically, the Lord of Geo, kind of a sugar baby. He calls Child his wallet at some point, I think, if I remember. And his coworker, who is a girl boss.
Gotcha.
They both kind of manipulate him. He is good because he cares about his family very, very much. He has a funky little outfit change and a magical girl transformation. Is a male wife. Little bit of homosexual subtext with the sugar baby. Magical girl transformation.
Yo, that's not a fucking magical girl. That's a fucking main villain from goddamn Soul. Not, I was gonna say Soul Eater. Fucking.
You tried.
Here's him being a male wife. These are the comics. This is him being very nice to his little brother. And this is his little brother snitching on him and being like, he would quit his job and join you.
What a little dick.
No, this is his girl boss coworker.
I didn't like her.
Picking up.
I like her. No, she kicked the good person. I don't know the pronouns. I like them.
Yeah, this is her kicking the god who controls the wind, basically. after she took his powers.
Sammy
Fuck
would
you,
like her.
God. Kicks.
And my favorite thing is that he's basically just reciting poetry that entire time.
Oh,
He doesn't give a shit.
baby.
Fruit.
Baby.
Fruit. Alright, honorable mentions.
No! No! Tyler! How dare
I added this in today. I was thinking.
fuck you!
Tyler texted me
genuinely
before we
upset.
started recording and said Ash was gonna do that, and it was so funny to see it happen.
No! I'm genuinely upset. I'm gonna stop this. Fuck Magneto! I hate him!
He's so pretty though.
He is, but what for? To commit crimes and kill children!
You know what? He deserves it.
Read the manga!
Gender. Anyway, it's Lou's
God.
turn.
My turn. My problematic fave is Magneto.
I love him.
I will be
Celebrate
thinking
Pride.
about this.
X-Men Cinematic Universe specific.
Yes, because I have to talk about this before we get those comic fans in the comments, because I know like a lot of weird people simp for Kai, and I don't want. Anyway, I'm talking about
I gotta go.
Magneto from the X-Men movie series, which goes from X-Men 2000 to X-Men Dark Phoenix 2019.
The movie that does not exist anyway.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. I'm well aware that there have been many reboots and changes to his character, and that Magneto on screen is different from Magneto in the comics.
It looks like a dork. Jesus Christ. What is that helmet? Who designed this?
I'm well aware of all of that. They're just different. I personally would love to read the comics, but the comics started in 1963. 1963, man. And despite the fact that I love old media, I will not start from the beginning. So I've absolutely no idea where I should start for the best Magneto characterization. So if you're gonna go in the comments and go, "Oh my god, why did he talk about the X-Men movies and not the comic?" Shut up. Tell me which comics to read. That's all I ask. Tell me which
Read House of
comic,
M.
and that's
Read
it.
House of M. Die.
House of M. That's the one that.
House of M.
Okay.
That one has Billy and Tommy in it. That's all I care about.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about XMC Magneto because he's a badass. Again, suggest where in the comments. I'll listen to Ash's suggestions though.
Yay.
I made this
Anyway.
myself.
Fuck yeah.
Anyways, Magneto for Dummies, because I made this not knowing that I was also presenting to Ash, who knows Magneto.
Yeah.
But so Lou, I have never seen an X-Men movie. Who the fuck is this guy? Dear sweet Tyler and
Aw.
I'm such a sign that I love so dearly.
Haven't seen X-Men, haven't seen Marvel, and I plan on keeping
you
it that
coward.
I'm
way.
well
Me
aware.
too.
Cowards.
Nor DC.
DC.
So Magneto. Okay, so Magneto is who is known in the movies as Eric Lynch. I have to say, known in the movies. He's an incredibly powerful mutant who has the ability to generate and control magnetic fields. So he's moving all of this with like his hand, basically. It's like with his mind, but he has like the explanation. He's got a magnetic field in his body that he can manipulate. It's
So
really
you mean
cool.
like telekinesis?
No, it's not like telekinesis because he is magnetic.
In personality.
It's
Being
not.
magnetic would suck.
No, he can control it. He can
Yeah.
control it. It's like telekinesis, but with just metal, and he's magnetic, so he can get things to like attach to it. That's why he can fly.
Fuck Magneto. Put some fridge magnets on that bitch.
That was, you know. He's really badass. He can move a fucking bridge. Yeah. So the thing is, he believes that mutants are the next stage of evolution because it is a mutation in the gene that gives them these awesome powers. And so he believes that mutants are superior and that they would never be able to get along with humans because of humanity's oppressive nature, which he knows about. And like, you're kind of got a point. And he knows about it because he's got a sad backstory where he was
and had to show up eventually.
yeah, it's
Kevin Bacon. Not Kevin Bacon.
that is Kevin Bacon.
It is Kevin Bacon, I forgot.
Apparently it wasn't until the movies where they properly established this, but Magneto is a Holocaust survivor, and like a lot of his philosophy of, hey, humanity is not going to ever accept us. We need to do something about that. We're not going to get along easily, and it's stupid to try and get it along peacefully. And that all comes because he was in a concentration camp, which is wow. Okay. And X-Men does a lot of like little reference to this because they're like, we're gonna do a ton of allegory. Like the beginning of the first movie is like direct quotes from McCarthy, from Senator McCarthy. It's really interesting. They're like, I have a list of mutants living, and I'm like, okay. Okay,
This
McCarthy.
game's so far out of fucking left field. I don't
Yeah,
know where we are.
It's insane. Okay.
Me
Anyway,
and Tyler are just sitting in a field, confused and
moving
scared.
on. We are moving on. We have now we've talked about who Eric Lencher is. Now we are talking about the different stages of Eric Lencher, which so he is played by Sir Ian McKellen in the first 3 films.
I love him, man. I would die for him.
So X-Men, X2, and The Last Stand. And then he's played by Michael Fassbender in X-Men First Class, Apocalypse, and Dark Phoenix. Yikes. And then they both appear in X-Men Days of Future Past as like the past and future versions of Magneto. And this is like where the timeline gets super confusing. It's fine.
She's blue.
She is.
I love her. I love Mystique so fucking much.
She's so cool. She just after this, she does not. After this, it's interesting what they decide to do with her, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, so time to talk about Sir Ian McKellen, our
My
queer
beloved.
icon. I love him so much. So I grew up watching the first 3 films constantly, and I also grew up watching all of the Lord of the Rings movies, and I saw the Hobbit movies when they came out in theaters. So I've just like always loved Sir Ian McKellen, and he is a gay icon. I think he's fantastic. I love him.
Did you know that he officiated I forgot his name.
Patrick Stewart's wedding.
Yeah.
I know, because he makes the joke that he married Patrick.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Me either.
I figured, but it was important to me that I shared this. His Magneto is so cool.
Like,
Absolutely fucking cool. There's this one scene in the second X-Men movie where Mystique puts iron in this guy's bloodstream, and
There's something different about it.
Oh, we can hear yours.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a guy that's in Supernatural.
No.
I'm gonna kill Ash anyway.
He plays a vampire who's Southern. Of course I'm gonna remember him.
Sit your ass down. Could it be?
Yeah.
What are you doing? There it is. Too much iron in your blood.
Those 2005 graphics.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, we all know Tyler's safe from this because he has an iron deficiency.
Yeah, so he's
Cool.
super badass. So he is like the big bad, but he constantly ends up working with the X-Men, and I know this is true in the comics. I just think it's really fucking funny of him. His loyalties are completely with like mutant kind and to better the society for mutants. And so like even if his ideas definitely don't match Charles because Charles is a pussy, it like
Jesus Christ.
even if their ideas don't completely match up, he still is like mutants, yeah. Which is really great of him. And just look at him, he is so fucking cool. On to Michael Fassbender. Let's talk about Michael Fassbender. He is really excited.
No, wait, that's the one. No, what is that
I'm
scene?
aware. This is like this was a good gif, but because his character is both really cocky, but he also has like an intense amount of rage that is really exciting to see because he has a reason to be angry, absolutely. So it's really satisfying to watch him go through this revenge. This is in German. I'm very sorry. I don't have the subtitles.
I'll pretend like I know what's happening.
So
If I
he
remember-
basically tracks down some of the Nazis from this concentration camp and murders them.
I cannot understand anything being said.
Because it's German, dipshit.
Oh,
You need the sound for the last 50 seconds.
He just like slicks hair back. Sally's beer. I love him.
Let's just say I'm Frankenstein's monster.
Fucking king shit. King shit.
He is awesome. I fucking love him. But they put this man through so much shit. I'm not going into all of it. It's just not. He does not have a good life, man.
Every movie, they just go, how much more can we traumatize this man? Ah, that much.
He goes through. He goes through a lot.
Hey,
But
look,
his
it's
ideas-
Bill.
Shut up. So his mutant supremacy ideas are definitely like emphasized a lot more in these later films. And then we also have his dynamic with Charles Xavier, because this is when they were actually besties. And their dynamic is really fun, even in the awful movie Dark Phoenix. Because they're like, it's definitely like, ooh, we were besties, and now we're not. And they both very much strongly believe in their own ideas. Of like, Charles is like, we could get along with them if we just be passive. Meanwhile, Eric's like, I'm gonna murder them. They're both like not completely correct. It's fine. The movie, but the movies are really exciting to watch, except for Dark Phoenix, which is really boring. They were absolute besties in the first movie until the quote unquote beach divorce, which is this scene. Because Eric is like, we'll be superior and we can kill people together. And Charles was like, no thanks. And Eric was like, oh my god, he doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. And yeah. So he's a very violent but badass character with like really interesting dynamics. And of course, in the first three movies, they're played by absolute besties, Patrick Stewart and Sarah Ian McKellen. And they both knew each other. They knew each other in the same scenes, like they were like friendly with each other. But it wasn't until the X-Men movies where they became absolute besties. And they pretty much both agree that Magneto and Charles are in love, which is great. But like it's incredibly romantic in the way that it's presented,
Yeah.
which is so fun. And you're like, because you get set up where okay, Charles Xavier, it's the X-Men. He is the leader of the X-Men. It's supposed to be centered around him. He's definitely his opposite of the story is Magneto, Eric Lenscher, and their whole thing is like it's like a rom-com. Are you kidding me? It's like they're romantic rivals. I don't fucking care. It like this whole scene is beautiful because Eric is like, I have been alone my entire life. I have went through so much shit, and Eric sees him, and he like not Eric, sorry, Charles sees Eric, and is like, oh, I know, like I can reach the surface of what is happening in his brain, and I want to help him, and I want him to feel not alone. And they become, it's such a good dynamic. And this is my favorite part.
No, not this. I've seen this too many times.
Not
No.
very good with violence.
Charles?
It's very fun that their dynamic is it's like friends to enemies to lovers to friends to enemies to like bitter exes to enemies again to like a weird friend. It's like this back and it's really funny. And every like the thing is, both Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy are like, yeah, they're in love. And of course Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart are like, yeah, we could play them in love. It's fine. It's great. That's perfect for them. And yeah, that's really interesting. And Magneto in general, he's just super fun to watch. And because he's that character to Charles, and Charles is like how the story is centered, you fall in love with him like in this fun little way. He's super cool. He's very badass. He's kind of right, and he's absolutely my problematic fave.
I am homo superior.
That's it. That's it.
And that's it. That's the end of the presentation. Yeah, so that was Magneto. Hope you enjoyed. He is very fun, funky fresh. I appreciate him.
Bestie vibes only. Bestie vibes only.
Any closing words, everybody?
I'm so sorry.
Stan Grimchow. Watch
This
page.
was funny.
Yes, I too have a tiny husband, and he just talked so much about Magneto.